शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। I welcome all of you for today's session. So today we are going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto. So 13th chapter, sloka number 16 onwards. Yesterday, we have seen Brahmaji was ordering Manu to create more and more people like him and rule them based upon dharma and perform yajna for the satisfaction of Vishnu. So this was the instruction was given. So then Swayambhu Manu was looking for a place where he can establish his kingdom. But yes, he knows he has to uh, look for the Mother Earth. But that Earth is now what? The problem is it is already sunk in the Mahambhasi, means great water. What is that Mahambhasi? In the great water it was sunk. That is nothing but Rasatala. Earth planet was sunk in Rasatala water. And he is asking, Rasatala means Garbhodka water. You can also say Garbhodka. Garbhodka ocean. This is Brahmanda. Half is filled with Garbhodka ocean. And here Garbhodka Sai Vishnu is lying in this water. And all the lokas are there in the stem actually. So here topmost loka is Satyaloka, and down is what? Is earth. In earth itself, if you bring out earth is always earth looks like just 1 second. ప్రభు చెప్పండి ఏంటి ఇంపార్టెంటా? So earth is like a disc actually. Earth always looks like a disc. This is the thickness. In this, here the Sumeru will be there in the center of the earth, and it is also having, so like this, various dvipas. If you cross sectional, if you go in the cross sectional view, if you bring cross section like this, so this is the thickness or the width, this one. So here, that means wherever the Sumer is there, just down to that Sumer inside, in the cross section of the earth, there are, so all the planets, lower planets are there. How many? Total 7. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, and Patala. All are existing in what? In the cross section of the earth. They are not like down to the earth. No, they are inside the, in that cross section there is there. So now what happened? That means physically, if you see, earth is just about to what? Garbhodka ocean, and it sunk into this earth. This sunk into the water. Okay. Now what we have to do? So Swayambhu Manu had seen there is no earth, and he is informing to his father, Brahmaji. What he is saying, there is no earth here. And how to do? How to create progeny, and also how to continue the creation. Earth is not in its position. यदोक इत्यादिकं पाद्म प्रसंगे ब्रह्म कथा सूचनवत् वर्तमान कल्पज चेतवराह. Okay, so earth was not there. So then what happened next? Earth was not in its position. Maitreya uvacha परमेष्टि त्वपां मध्ये तथा सन्नमवेक्षकाम् खतमेनां समुन्नेष्य इति दद्योधियाचिरम्. Manu is reporting to his father there is no earth. It already sunk into the Garbhodka ocean. Then what happened? So Maitreya is saying, thus seeing the earth merged in the water, Brahma gave his attention for a long time to how it could be lifted. So here Brahmaji was thinking how to lift this earth from there, from the ocean. According to Jiva Goswami, the topics delineated here are different millenniums. The present topics are of the Svetavaraha millennium. And topics regarding the Chakshi millennium will also be discussed in this chapter. This anyway I discussed already. In the Padmakalpa story, so we are hearing the Svetavaraha. Svetavaraha Kalpa story we are hearing. And also we are going to see in that Svetavaraha story, once again jumping is there. Jumping to what Saktishu Manvantara story also comes up. This already I told to you. Next, Brahmaji was thinking, then what happened? Srujyato me kshitirvarpe plavyamana rasam gata athatra kimanushteyam asmapi sargayojitaihi yasyaham hridayadasam sayesho vidadhatu me. Brahma thought, while I have been engaged in the process of creation, the earth has been inundated by a deluge and has gone down into the depths of the ocean. What can we do who are engaged in the matter of creation? It is best to let the Almighty Lord direct us. Brahmaji was thinking, I cannot lift this earth. It is not an easy thing to lift the earth from that Garbhodka ocean. Atatra kimanusteyam asmabhi. Along with Brahmaji, who else are there? All other Prajapatis also there. So they are all thinking how to lift this. It's not an easy thing. Sargayojitehi yasyaham hridayadasam saisho vidadatu me. Only Lord who has to take care of this. So Lord, just by his sankalpa, he able to create whole universe. If he really want to lift them by just his determination, his sankalpa, if he does, if he desire to earth to come up, it can come up. But I cannot do anything. Like that, Brahmaji was thinking. Those of the Lord who are all confidential servitors are sometimes perplexed in the discharge of their respective duties, but they are never discouraged. They have full faith in the Lord, and He paves the way for the smooth progress of devotees' duty. Note this point. Very important point. Yes, it's very important. Lord's devotees, they always have full faith on the Lord. That means who doesn't have full faith, he is not a devotee. That means he is not a pure devotee. He is still kanishta. Full faith. This word is very important. That's why Suddha Bhakti means full faith. Suddha Bhakti means sadhana bhakti also. Suddha Bhakti means bhava bhakti and prema bhakti. The bhakti is three stages it is having. Sadhana bhakti, bhava bhakti and prema bhakti. To become a Suddha Vaidhi sadhaka, you should have also full surrender. Without full surrender, you cannot be a devotee. You cannot be a Suddha sadhaka devotee also. Many people think that at the end of the bhakti, one will be surrendering Lord fully. But actually, what is Gaudiya Vaishnava definition? Full surrender is the beginning of the bhakti. That means having faith on the Lord, and any difficulty comes, Lord will take care of me. And Lord always take care me to follow my duties. So like that, they will be having full confidence on Him. So that's why the Lord is also reciprocating like that. Ye yathama prapadyante tam tathaiva bhajam. Lord is sitting in our heart and He knows what we desire and what kind of faith we have, He knows. No one is necessary to tell Him. So He Himself knows how much faith we have. If we don't have faith and but only lip service we do, but Lord knows we cannot cheat Lord. So that's why if anyone take full surrender, that means full faith will lead to full surrender. That's obvious. Then such a devotee will be always protected actually by the Lord. What is the meaning of protection here? Giving the material opulence, giving the material, that means removing all the material difficulties. No. Protection means whatever we have, Lord will always protect that, and whatever we don't have, Lord will bring that. Yoga Kshemam Vahamyam. Here, protection means whatever we have, we are not going to lose that. A devotee, what he will be having? He'll be having the devotion. Lord always protect that devotion. So, but sometimes Lord make you difficulties also for his own devotees. Sometimes he may see in his devotee to get the material attraction also. Sometimes his devotees, he may give his mercy in the form of wealth also, name, fame. And sometimes he may give his mercy, Lord, for his full surrender devotee. So in name of failure also. Anything. Lord's mercy can be any form. But devotee is always having the full faith. Even there is difficulty is there, devotee will not see that difficulty. He will be just focusing on his duties, actually, devotional duties. As a Vaidhi Sadhaka is always having a fixed routine. And he is always endeavoring to follow his routine. So that's why a sadhaka, even any kind of difficulty is there, material point of view, but they will be having the full faith and they will not stop their bhajan, their sadhana. And that really impressed the Lord actually. When any devotee does sadhana like that, then by seeing the endeavor of the devotee too, that means that devotee is trying to please the Lord with his sincere endeavors, then he will be getting the mercy from the Lord. So then Lord will give bhava bhakti to him. Then after that, prema. Next. इत्यभिधाय तो नासा विवरात सहनघया वराह तो को निरगात अंगुष्ट परिमाणकः. O sinless Vidura, all of a sudden, while Brahma was engaged in thinking, a small form of boar came out of his nostril. The measurement of the creature was not more than upper portion of a thumb. So when Brahmaji was meditating, Lord only has to solve this problem. Then from the Brahmaji's nose, there is one boar, small. So boar came out. Just I'm really from the day when I'm disturbing all of you. I want just 4 minutes time. Okay. Once again, just give me 4 minutes. Hare Krishna. So, from Brahmaji's nose, the Lord appeared. Yeah. When Brahmaji was meditating on the Lord, so because he cannot lift the earth, then Lord appeared as a small Varaha Tokaha. Varaha Toka means a small Varaha. From the nose it came out. So it is just the initial amount of that Varaha is just the upper portion of the thumb, like that Prabhupada translated. Angusta Parimanakaha. Angusta means thumb actually. So then after that, what happened? तस्या विपश्यतः स्वस्थः क्षणेन किल भारत गजमात्रः प्रवृद्धे प्रवृदे तदद्भुतम् अभून्महत्. O descendant of Bharata, while Brahma was observing him, that boar became situated in the sky in a wonderful manifestation, as gigantic as great elephant. Slowly this Varaha started increasing actually, increasing. And it became what? It became so huge like elephant. Marici pramukair viprai kumarai manuna saha दृष्ट्वा तत्सौकरं रूपं तर्कयामास चित्रधा. So from the Brahmaji's nose it came, and so all the sages, all the inhabitants of the higher planets, they are all so got surprised actually. They struck with wonder at observing the wonderful boar-like form in the sky. Brahma with great Brahmanas like Marici. That means Marici, they are all Prajapatis. So here, one more point we should remember. So, future it is coming actually. One more commentary point. So we are not having any commentary here. So we are going to, yes, we'll continue here. Next, किमेतत्सोकरव्याजं सत्त्वं दिव्यमवस्थितम् अहोबतश्चर्यमिदं नासायामे विनिसृतम्. Is this some extraordinary entity come in the presence of a boar? It is very wonderful that it has come from my nose. So Brahmaji was very surprised. This entity, this boar form came from his nose, and he just got surprised, got the wonder actually. Next, Drushtonggushta Siromatraha Kshanat Kandashila Samaha Api Svid Bhagavanesha Yagno Me Khedayanmana. First of all, this boar was seen no bigger than the tip of a thumb, and within a moment, he was as large as a stone. My mind is perturbed. Is he the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu? So, like Brahmaji was contemplating like that. Since Brahmaji is the supermost person in the universe, and he had never before experienced such a form, he could guess that The wonderful appearance of the boar was an incarnation of Vishnu. The uncommon features is symptomatic of the incarnation of Godhead can bewilder even the mind of Brahma. So that means Lord's activities are so wonderful. Even Brahmaji, who is the first living entity and very powerful, so his whole body is made up of intelligence element, and but still, so he also get the that means surprised. He can also understand. He also cannot understand Lord's pastimes. Next. इति मीमांसतस्तस्य ब्रह्मणः सह सूनुभिः भगवान् यज्ञपुरुषो जगर्जगेन्द्रियसन्निभः. While Brahma was deliberating with his sons, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, roared tumultuously like a great mountain. And Brahmaji was keep on thinking, who is this? Who is this form? So at that time, Lord Varaha gave a huge sound actually, like mountain. It appears that the great hills and mountains also have their roaring power because they are also having living entities. Mountains also living entities. Even stones also living entities. Stones you can find living stones and also dead stones. Living stones can increase, their body increases, and dead stones no increase. Like that, hills are also living hills and dead hills. Like that, you can find. The volume of the sound vibrated is in proportion to the size of the material body. While Brahma was guessing about the appearance of the Lord's incarnation as a boar, the Lord confirmed Brahma's contemplation by roaring with his gorgeous voice. Next. Brahmanam harshayamasa haristanschadijotaman swagarjitena kakuba pratiswanayata vibhu. The omnipotent supreme personality of Godhead, enlivened Brahma and the other highly elevated Brahmanas by again roaring with his uncommon voice, which echoed in all directions. So Lord Varaha's sound is resounding in all the directions. Purport Brahma and other enlightened Brahmanas who know the Supreme Personality of Godhead are enlivened by the appearance of the Lord in any of his multi incarnations. The appearance of the wonderful and gigantic incarnation of Vishnu as a mountain like boar didn't fill them with any kind of fear. Although the Lord's resounding voice was tumultuous and echoed horribly in all directions as an open threat to all demons who might challenge his omnipotency. So, Lord's this sound is very much ferocious, but means very powerful sound. But still, nobody is getting any fear. The devotees like Marici and all these Prajapatis and also Brahmaji, because they are all devotees And devotees, they will never get fear. Like Lord Narsingadev, when he appeared, his form is like very ferocious form. But Prahlad didn't get any kind of fear from that. Next, then after that, what happened? Nishamyate gargaritam swasveda क्षयिष्णु माया सुकरस्य मायामय सुकरस्य जनस्तपस्सत्य निवासिनस्ते त्रिभिः पवित्रैर्मुनयो गृणन् स्म. When the great sages and thinkers who are residents of Janaloka, Tapoloka and Satyaloka heard the tumultuous voice of the Lord Boar, which was the all auspicious sound of the all merciful Lord, they chanted auspicious chants from the three Vedas. That means Lord Varaha is became very huge, and all the inhabitants who are on the higher planets, like you see here, this is the Satyaloka, and down there is a Tapoloka, Janaloka. So here the inhabitants are now Varaha. He appeared Varaha. This is Varaha. This is Varaha. And all these three inhabitants of all these three planets, they are seeing Varaha. And they started praying now. They are offering prayers. So here in this sloka, the word Maya Maya is very significant in this verse. Maya means mercy. Maya is also another meaning for the Maya, specific knowledge. Maya means illusion. There are three different meanings are there for Maya word. Therefore, Lord Bor is everything. He is merciful, He is all knowledge, and He is illusion also. He is illusion also means what? That means Lord Varaha is illusory form, is illusory object. Like when you see a mirage, you see water there. That means water, the actual water is not there, but it appears like water. It is illusion. That means that's illusory thing. That's water is illusory thing. So like that, Lord is also illusion? No. That means here illusion means what you should take. It will make you to get illusion. That means when you see that Varaha form, you think that it is simply a boar. But actually, that Varaha is nothing but what Supreme Personality of Godhead. That kind of illusion you get. You're understanding? When you see Varaha, Varaha form is not illusory form. Like sometimes you will be seeing a snake, you will be seeing a rope, and you think that it is a snake. Here, whatever you are seeing the snake, that is illusory. Like that, Lord's form is also illusory. Like how here snake is illusory. When you see the rope, sometimes you may so think that it is snake. Here the snake is what illusory object. Like that, Varaha is also illusory. That means Brahmaji and all the Marici and other rishis they are seeing, they are all just illusory something, some object, some X is there, but they are seeing that X as now Varaha like that. Like in the case of some X means here, someone sees actually that is something, but they are seeing it as a Varaha. No, Varaha is not illusory. But one can get illusion actually. By seeing Varaha, so they may think that it is simply a ordinary boar. Like example, Hiranyaksha. He will be seeing in the further classes. So not in my classes, it will come in the fighting. All the thing that it is, all the way he thinks that it is just a normal pig. So like that, it will make you illusion actually. The sound which he vibrated as the boar incarnation was answered by the Vedic hymns of great sages in the planets Janaloka, Tapoloka, and Satyaloka. The highest intellectual and pious living entities live in those planets. And when they heard the extraordinary voice of the boar, they could understand that the specific sound was vibrated by the Lord and no one else. Therefore, they replied by praying to the Lord with Vedic hymns. So, whenever Lord is roaring, they are not getting any fear. All these inhabitants of Janaloka, Tapoloka, and Satyaloka. And they are understanding it is a very specific sound of the Lord only. They could understand that the specific sound was vibrated by the Lord and no one else. We'll be seeing the commentary here. Mayamayasya, Krupamayasya, Gnanamayasya iti va Mayayaha, Avidyayaha api Amayaha, Amayaha, Rogaha, Yasmat yasya iti va. So Maya word is having the two different meanings. Maya means Krupamayaha and Gnanamayaha. Here Vishwanath is giving only two meanings. Prabhupada is also extra meaning he take. Maya means illusory potency also. That means Maya will make you to get illusion. Similarly, Lord also by seeing Lord's beautiful form, you may not able to recognize him as a Lord. You may just think him as just a boar. But actually here Vishwanath is giving the particularly two different meanings only for Maya word. Maya means he is saying Krupa Mayaha or otherwise Gnanamaya. That means the Lord Varaha is embodiment of the Kripa. Or Lord Varaha is embodiment of Gnana. So Krupa Mayam means embodiment of mercy. And Gnanamayam means embodiment of Gnana. This form Varaha is like that. मायायाः अविद्यायाः अपि आमयः रोगः यस्मात्. That means Lord is the one who can cure the any kind of disease which is coming from Maya. मायामय सुकरस्य जनस्तपः सत्यनिवासिनस्ते त्रिभिः पवित्रमुनयो अगृणन्. And they started glorifying him. तज्जात्यनुकरणध्वनिं स्वेषां तद् निश्चयेन पृथिव्याः अनुवालम्बेन वा यः स्वेदः तस्य क्षयिष्णुना शकन्ते ब्रह्मादयो अगृणन् अस्तुवन् ताते प्रसिद्धाः जनादिवासिनः भृग्वादयो मुनयः त्रिभिः पवित्रैः ऋग्यजुस्साम मंत्रैः स्तुवन्निति ते इत्यस्य. So all these Bhrugu, Marici, Kardama and Daksha and so many, all these sages, they are all started reciting the mantras from the Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda. All the mantras they are started reciting for pleasing Varaha Avatar along with Brahmaji. Brahmaji also, so yes, glorifying the Lord. So what else is written here? So the sound which he vibrated, okay, the highest intellectual and pious living entities live in those planets. Okay. And when they heard the extraordinary voice of the boar, they could understand that the specific sound was vibrated by the Lord and no one else. Therefore, they replied, okay, this is also okay. The earth planet was submerged in the mire. But on hearing the sound of the Lord, the inhabitants of the higher planets were all jubilant because they knew that the Lord was there to deliver the earth. Therefore, Brahma and all the sages such as Bhrugu, Brahma's other sons, and learned Brahmanas were enlivened. The most important is Brihanaradi Purana verse Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. This is the highest mantra. Prabhupada, whenever there is a chance, so he always mantra means Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is the highest mantra than the so-called Vedic mantras. Because the Vedic mantras are having the limited potency. But Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is having the lots, all the potencies are there. But those mantras are all having the little potency only. So that's why Maha Mantra is the highest. Next, Tesham Satam Veda Vitana Murtir Brahmavadharyatma Gunanuvadam Vinadya Bhuyo Vibudodayaya Vinadya Bhuyo Vibudodayaya Gajendra Lilo Jalamavivesha. When all these sages are glorifying and Brahmaji is glorifying, so meanwhile what? This Varaha entered into the Garbhodka ocean, where the earth was sunk. Playing like an elephant, he entered into the water after roaring again in reply to the Vedic prayers by the great devotees. The Lord is the object of Vedic prayers, and thus he understood that the devotees' prayers were meant for him. So just to see the commentary. Veda Vitana Rupa Sarva Vedamayi Natu Prakriti Murtir Yasya Saha Vedanam Bhagavan Nishwasita Rupatvat Bhagavan Nishwasasyaiva Leelaya Brahmanasa Pravrishtasya Sukara Rupatvam Gneyam Matastesham Muninam Atma Gunanuvadam Tan Munikartrukam Atma Gunanukatanameva Brahma Vedam Avadharya Gnatva. What is happening here? This Lord Varaha is Vedamayam, Veda Purushaha. What is said here, you see? Tesham Satam Veda Vitana Murti. The important word is here in this sloka. Veda Vitana Murti is important word. What is the meaning of Veda Vitana Murti? Veda Vitana Murti means, so you can read here. Playing like an elephant, he entered into the water. Sometimes in the translation, all the words may not be covered, but in the Purport and translation together, you have to see. Veda Vidana Murti means the form of the Lord in any shape is always transcendental and full of knowledge and mercy. The Lord is the destroyer of all material contamination because his form is personified Vedic knowledge. Veda Vitana Murti means Lord's this Varaha. Varaha form is nothing but the personification of Vedic knowledge. It's simply personification of Vedic knowledge. That means Varaha form is nothing but personification of Vedas. That is the meaning of Veda Vitana Murti. Means personification of Vedas. That means here in the Vishwanath Thakur commentary, Veda Vitana Rupa means Sarva Vedamayi. Like you Jalamayam. Jalamayam means what? If any place is full of water, then we say Jalamayam. And that means in that space, in that place, Even if there is no space of inch, there is no inch space also. So which is where there is no water. If fully water, then that is known as Jalamayam. Similarly, Varaha form is nothing but what? Vedamayam. It is full of Veda only, that is. Like Jalamayam means, yeah, it is full of water. If any place is full of water, then we can then we can say that place is Jalamayam. Similarly, Varaha is what? Vedamayam. That means it is not a materialistic form. It is not made up of flesh. It's not made up of flesh and blood and pus and so on so and bones, bone marrow, like this. Our body is made up of all these things, material things. But Lord's body, Varaha body, is not made up of these things. But by seeing that body, people will get illusioned actually. Maya gnana. People, their intelligence is stolen by the Maya actually. Maya gnana. And such a people, they can't understand who is Krishna. And Mudaha, they're all very foolish. So that's why they think that Lord is simply out of Maya actually. And also they think they are Naradama. So that means they are initially worshipping Lord. Once their desires are fulfilled, they left over the Lord. So such a people are known as Naratama. And Maya Apahritagnaha. Yes, their intelligence is stolen by Maya. And Asurim Bhava Masrita. So those who got the Asuri Bhava, who took the shelter of the Asura Bhava, so such a people, how they see the Lord? They think that Lord can be destroyed by myself and I can chop off the Lord's head by using my knife or my sword. This way they think. So some people who got the Asuri Bhava, they will be thinking like this. They want to attack the Lord with the weapons and they want to kill. Like example, Jarasandha. And also Shishipala and this kind of people. Poundrak. They cannot understand. Those who get the mercy of the Lord, those people only can understand who is Lord. Your intelligence is also not sufficient to understand the Lord. Intellectual capacity is not having potency to understand the Lord. Only the devotion which is given by the pure devotee to your, only the by mercy, whatever the mercy is given to you by a pure devotee, that will make you to accept the Lord. If that mercy is not there, even you may read the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam several times, but you will not develop any kind of faith on the Lord. Not possible. So that's why bhakti begins with what? Bhakti begins with the some Vaishnavas Krupa. Without their Krupa, we cannot. Jarasandha was seeing with his own bare naked eyes, but no belief. Even Duryodhana was seeing. Even Duryodhana saw Vishwarupa, the universal form of the Krishna. But still, what is the use? Still, he continued to fight against the Pandavas, against the Krishna. That is unfortunate situation. How? Why? They They don't have any mercy of the Vaishnavas. Even if they have mercy, sometimes what will happen if aparadha is too much, then that mercy for time being that is not working, but it will work. Sometimes what will happen? So because of the offense, we will be getting the faithlessness. I said na in the last class or last class, yesterday's class. I didn't remember. So because of the offenses, even you are in the association of pure devotees, even you are hearing the Krishna, and even you are seeing also, you will not develop any kind of faith. That is because of what? Offenses. Like example, some people because of ignorance, they don't have faith. They don't know what is Krishna, who is Krishna from the Shastras, and they have several doubts and they don't have any clarification for that, and that's why they may not have faith. So that is because of their ignorance. But that because of their ignorance, they don't know Lord, and that's why they don't have any faith on the Lord. That faithlessness is out of ignorance. But some people who are in the association of the pure devotees and seeing and also knowing him, but still not having the faith on him, means it's just because of offenses. So Lord is Vedamaya. Vedamayitanu. Vedavitana Murtihi. But these foolish people, ignorant people, Mudaha. These people, they don't accept the Lord's form as transcendental body. But Lord's body is a transcendental, is not material. It's a Vedamaya. All the Vedas worship the transcendental form of the Lord. In the Vedic mantras, the devotees request the Lord to remove the glaring effulgence because it covers his real face. So, all the Vedas worship the transcendental form of the Lord. In Vedic mantras, the devotees request the Lord to remove the glaring effulgence. That means Lord is there behind the effulgence. Glaring effulgence means Brahmajyoti. So behind the Brahmajyoti, who is there? Lord is there. They want to see that Lord. But people they don't who doesn't have strong bhakti, they will not go and see behind that effulgence. Brahmano hi pratishtaham. I am the source for Brahman effulgence. Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita. But who can understand this? Those who have devotion. Such a people only can understand this. But people those who doesn't have any faith and doesn't have any bhakti, even sometimes may have little bhakti, that is not sufficient to go beyond the Brahma Jyoti and seeing the Lord. But those who have Dhrada Bhakti, strong devotion, those people only can see behind this effulgence, there is a personality is there. So, but how one can get such a strong devotion? That is because of a strong devotees association is cause. His mercy is the cause. So that's why Vaishnava life begins with the Vaishnava only. We became Vaishnava if at all, that is because of Vaishnava's mercy. So all the Vedas, next line, all the Vedas worship the transcendental form of the Lord. In the Vedic mantras. The devotees request the Lord to remove the glaring effulgence because it covers his real face. This is the version of Isopnishat. The Lord has no material form, but his form is always understood in terms of Vedas. Lord's form is not material form, but it is Vedamayam. Veda Vitana Tanu. Veda Vitana Tanu. That means it is Vedamayam. His body is completely Vedamayam. Veda Vitana Murti. Yes. The Vedas are said to be breath of Lord, and that breath was inhaled by Brahma, the original student of the Vedas. The breathing from the nostril of Brahma caused the appearance of Lord both. So very poetically it is explained by Vishwanath Chakra Thakur. Vishwanath Chakra Thakur is saying that actually Prabhupada is writing from the Vishwanath commentary only. These purport lines. So we can see here, same whatever Prabhupada is saying. Vedanam Bhagavan Nishwasa Rupatvat, Bhagavan Nishwasa Seva Leelaya Brahma Nasa Apravistasya Brahma Nasavapravistasya Sukara Rupatvam Gneyam. That means Lord is releasing the Lord, what he is exhaling and inhaling? Vedas only. Karnano Sai Vishnu, Karnodaka Sai Vishnu, when he exhales, what is coming out from that? Vedas are coming out. When he inhales, all the Vedas goes inside. And that Vedas are breathe or breath by Brahmaji. Brahmaji breathes that air, that Vedas. So air in the form of Vedas. And it went inside to the Brahmaji's nose, that way Vedas. And now they came out in the form of Varaha. They came, those Vedas came in the form of what? Varaha. This is the way. Why, how Varaha came out from the nose of Brahmaji? Because Brahmaji is inhaling and exhaling what? Brahmaji is inhaling Vedas. Why Brahmaji is inhaling Vedas? Because Karnodakasaya Vishnu is inhaling and exhaling the Karnodakasaya Vishnu is exhaling Vedas, and that is inhaled by Brahmaji. And now after that, when he is exhaling, then that came in the form of Varaha. अतः तेषां मुनीनाम् आत्मगुणानुवादं तन्मुनिकर्तृकम् आत्मगुणानुकथनमेव ब्रह्म वेदमय वेदमय वेदम अवधार्यं ज्ञात्वा. 26th chapter, 26th sloka. Next, the breathing from the nostril of Brahma caused the appearance of Lord Buddha, and therefore the Boar incarnation of the Lord is the personified Vedas. So that's why Boar is nothing but what? Varaha is nothing but personified Vedas. The glorification of the incarnation by the sages on their higher planets consisted of actual Vedic hymns. Okay, next. Utkshipavala उत्क्षिप्तवालस्वचरः कठोरः सटा विदुन्वन् कररोमशतक रोमशत्वक् पुराहताभ्रंसि तदंश्रयीक्षा ज्योतिर्बभासे भगवान् महीद्रः. Before entering the water to rescue the earth, Lord Boar flew in the sky, slashing his tail, his hard hairs quivering, His very glance was luminous, and he scattered the clouds in the sky with his hooves and glittering white tusks. Now, from here onwards, we'll be seeing the description of Varaha. So, Varaha now, before entering into the water, he just flew and he started entering into the Garbhodka ocean. Prabhupada purport is writing, when the Lord is offered prayers by his devotees, his transcendental activities are described. Here are some of transcendental features of Lord Buddha. As the present, as the residents of the upper three planetary systems offered their prayers to the Lord, it is understood that his body expanded throughout the sky, beginning from the topmost planet Brahmaloka or Satyaloka. That means if these people, all inhabitants of the three planetary systems, are able to see, means Lord Varaha becomes such a huge actually. He became so huge. Next. ग्राणेन पृथिव्या पदवीं विजिग्रन् क्रोडापदेश स्वयमध्वरांग करालदंष्ट्रोऽप्यकरालदृग्भ्याम् उद्वीक्ष्य विप्रान् गृणतो विषत्कम्. He was personally the supreme personality of Lord Vishnu and was therefore transcendental. Yet, because he had the body of a hawk, he searched after the earth by smell. His tusks were fearful, and he glanced over the devotee Brahmanas engaged in offering prayers. Thus, he entered the water. So, Lord Varaha was just seeing all the inhabitants in the higher planets. And to lift the earth, he entered into the Garbhodka ocean. And pig also always find the objects through the smell. Here, Lord also through the smell, he is trying to find the earth in that ocean. We should always remember that although the body of a hog is material, the hog form of the Lord was not materially contaminated. Generally, if you see outside, material hog is very dirty actually, and we call it as asuchi. But Lord is not like that. It is not possible for any earthly hog to assume gigantic form spread throughout the sky, beginning from the Satyaloka. So that's why Lord is also taking like normal, different various animals what we see. By seeing the Lord's form in that, we also think that Lord is material. This is the actually our foolishness only. This is to make us to understand his leelas. He is taking the various forms. Paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya cha dushkritam. Paritranaya sadhuna means he wants to protect his devotees. That means he takes the such avataras, so his devotees always can dwell into that, in that leelas of that avataras. This is the Lord's actually mercy. Actually, he wants to give mercy to his devotees like that. He wants to relieve their pain because of the separation. But people who are not in that, people who are not in that devotion, they cannot understand. They cannot understand. The assumption of the form of the boar is only his pastime. His body is all Vedas are transcendental. But since he had assumed the form of boar, he began to search out the earth by smelling. Next. सवज्रकूटाङ्गनिपातवेगा विशीर्णकुक्षे स्तनयन्नुदन्वान् उत्सृष्टदीर्घोभिर्भुजैरिवार्ता युवार्तः चुक्रोश यज्ञेश्वर पाहि मेति. Diving into the water like gigantic mountain, Lord Bo divided the middle of ocean, and two high waves appeared as the arms of ocean, which cried loudly as if praying to the Lord. It means when Varaha entered into this Garbhodka ocean, so when you throw a stone, then what? So water will raise like this, na? So similarly, when Varaha entered, so water just it spilled out like a two hands are coming out and praying like this, like that water when it jumped. So ocean's water came up and it is like that, like folded hands. That means this ocean is crying that, oh my God, my Lord, such a huge form is entering now. I'll be finished. So like that, ocean is thinking actually, is crying. Even the great oceans was perturbed by the falling of mount-like body of the transcendental boar, and it appeared to be frightened, as if death were imminent. Okay, next. Kurai, Shurai, Pre, Kur, Shura, Prair, Darayanstadapa, Utparaparam, Triparurasayam, Dadarshagam, Tatra Sushupsuragre, Yam Jivadhanim, Swayam Abhyadatta. Lord Boar penetrated the water with his hooves, which were like sharp arrows, and found the limits of ocean. Although it was unlimited, he saw the earth, the resting place for all living beings, lying as it was in the beginning of creation, and he personally lifted it. So Lord entered and he lifted. The word Rasayam is sometimes interpreted to mean Rasatala, the lowest planetary system, but this is not applicable in the connection. According to the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, the earth is 7 times superior to the other planetary systems, namely Tala, Atala, Talatala, Vitala, Rasatala, Patala. Therefore, the earth cannot be situated in the Rasatala planetary system. It is described in the Vishnu Dharma. What Prabhupada is saying here, whatever Jivos or Vishwanath is saying, that Prabhupada wants to say. So the meaning is here like this. What is the sloka number? 30, na? 30. Vishwanath, what he is saying, that only Prabhupada is expressing there. So here, earth is where it is in the Rasatala water we are saying. Rasayam means in the Rasatala. What it means, then I already explained also. Just I will revise you. Just I am bringing this portion, this stem portion here to make you to all. Like this is earth, on this top, Bhurloka, Bhuvarloka, Sargaloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapoloka, and Satyaloka. This is earth, Bhuloka. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, like that. Atala, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala. So Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, and Patala. Rasatala. What it is said as per literal meaning, if you see in this sloka, literal meaning is what? Earth fall into the Rasatala. Is it possible? Earth can fall into the Rasatala? No. Earth never can fall into the Rasatala. Rasayam, but in the sloka it is there. Sloka it is said, na Rasayam is there. Rasayam is into the Rasatala planet. Like that it is there. So in Rasatala planet, Earth can fall. It's not possible. Rasatalopalakshite yaduktam Vishnudharme पातालमूलेश्वर भोग संहितो विन्यस्य पादौ पृथिवीं च विव्रतः यस्योपमानं न भूय अतलादीना सप्ताह भूविवरत्वेन पृथ्वीत्वात् रसातले तस्याः स्थित्य संभवात्. Actually here Rasatala and Patala, they are there like this. Like 7 planets, but these 7 planets are not separately there. I already said, if you make the cross section like this, if you cut Earth into the cross section, then in that cross section are there all these Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Mahatala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, and Patala. Of course, Patala is the lowest one. Actually, if you see, and but sometimes we say Rasatala. That means Rasatala is like a last boundary planet, but Rasatala, no, Patala is the lowest one. But sometimes we call Rasatala also. So, but these Patala, Rasatala, all are where? They are in the cross section of the earth. So that's here Vishwanath is saying, so since they are not separately existing from the earth, but they are inside only to the cross section of the earth. So that's why we should not say that here earth is falling in the Rasatala planet. No, that's not possible. Bhu Vivaratvena. That means in the cavity. In the cavity of the earth, cavity means some empty space. So in the cavity of the earth is like a disc. It's like a disc. In that center, actually, some cavity is there. In that cavity, all these lower planets, Atala to the Patala, are there. So that's why it is not possible for Earth to fall into the Rasatala planet. Along with Earth, it is also traveling and falling into the Garbhodka water. Okay, that's clear. Next. स्वदंष्ट्रोद्धृत्य महीं निमग्ना स्वदंष्ट्रयोद्धृत्य महीं निमग्नां सवुत्थितः संरुरोचे रसाय तत्रापि दैत्यं गदया पतन्तं सुनावसन्दीपित तीव्रमन्युः. Then Lord Boar very easily took the earth on his tusks and got it out of the water. Thus, he appeared very splendid, then his anger glowing like the Sudarshana wheel. He immediately killed the demon Hiranyaksha, although he tried to fight with the Lord. These are all asuras are nothing for the Lord. He can simply just finish them. By just one glance also is enough. So here Prabhupada is writing in the purport, according to Sri Jiva Goswami, the Vedic literature describes the incarnation of Lord Varaha into different deviations, namely the Chakshusa deviation and devastation and Swayambhuva devastation. This particular appearance of the boar incarnation actually took place in the Swayambhuva devastation. When all planets other than the higher ones, Jana, Mahar and Satya, not Jana, Mahar and Satya, Jana, Tapa and Satya. When all the so that's why when all the other than the higher ones, Jana, Tapa and Satya merged in water devastation. This particular incarnation of the boar was seen by the inhabitants of the planets mentioned above. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur suggests that the sage Maitreya amalgamated both the boar incarnation in different devastations and summarized them in his description to Vidura. So here the point is, one more point, what Jiva Goswami is saying, let us see. Sloka number 31. तत्रापि तादृश संप्लवाम्बसि इत्यपि विस्मये दैत्यं हिरण्याक्षं जगान आदिदैत्यम् इति च पाठः कीदृशम्. Actually, Prabhupada, so this purport is also actually about Jiva Goswami Prabhupada writing na, this in the purport of 31. Actually, that should come into the purport of 32. For the 32 sloka, it is mentioned actually. Why Jiva Goswami is mentioning here? What Jiva Goswami is mentioning, Prabhupada is writing here, you see, in 31st. Jiva Goswami, according to Jiva Goswami, the Vedic literature describes the incarnation of Lord Varaha in two different devastations, namely Chakshusa and Swayambhuva. This sloka, this line should come to this 32nd text. Because suddenly now in the 32, if you see, you can understand. You see, Jagana Rundana Masahya Vikramam Salila Ebam Mrugaradi Vambasi Tadrakta Pankankita Ganda Tundo Yata Gajendro Jagati Vibindan. Thereupon Lord Boar killed the demon within the water just as a lion kills an elephant. The cheeks and tongue of the Lord became smeared with the blood of the demon, just as an elephant becomes reddish from digging in the purple earth. This is the now this sloka actually in the context now we can understand. What here it is said, Lord Varaha entered into the water, Garbhodka water, and he is lifting, and at that time he killed the Hiranyaksha. But we already came to know. So, what story is going? Swayambhu Manvantar story is going. In every day there are 12 Manvantaras. So, Swayambhu Manvantara story is going on. That means at that time, Svetvaraha time, Manu is there, and the first day. Manu is there, and Manu is alone there actually at that time. and nobody is there. That means nobody means no enemies are there. That's the beginning actually. Now we are seeing Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha all are there. And Lord killed the Hiranyaksha, he said. Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakarpu are whose sons? Diti's sons. Diti is whose wife? Daksha's wife. Daksha, who is Daksha? Daksha, so initially one Daksha is there in the Prajapatis. But this Daksha once again appear as in the Chakshusas dynasty. Okay, that will
Oh,
come in
isn't it
the
Kashyapa Muni? Isn't it Kashyapa Muni's wife is Diti?
Mataji?
Kashyapa Muni, isn't it Kashyapa Muni, not Daksha? Daksha's daughter is Diti, isn't it?
Yes, Daksha's daughter.
Daksha's?
Daksha's daughter is Diti and Aditi.
And then Kashyapa Muni is the husband, right, Prabhu?
Yeah. So Daksha's daughter, yes. So the point is here, Daksha, second time he takes birth. Okay. So that Daksha's daughter is Diti and Aditi. Okay. This Daksha, when he comes in the Chakshus Manvantara. In the Chakshus Manvantara, Daksha comes and his daughter is Diti, and that Diti is given to the Kashyapa, and from there Daityas, Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha comes. So that means Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha are coming in which Manvantara? Chakshus Manvantara. In the Chakshus Manvantara, we find the Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. But the story is going of which Manvantara? Swayambhu Manvantara story is going on. Now, Maitreya is explaining about Swayambhu Manvantara story. That means Swayambhu Manu went there and no earth is there in that place. It is sunk into the Garbhodka ocean. And now Lord came from the nose of the Brahmaji and he is lifting. In the Swayambhu Manvantara, where is the Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha? Where are they? They are not at all there. They will come after another 5 Manvantaras. You understand? That means, so in Chaksh Manvantaras they are coming. But now here suddenly what Maitreya is doing? Maitreya is merging the story of Chaksh Manvantara here. Because here there is no Hiranyaksha. And there is no point of killing the Hiranyaksha here. In the Swayambhu Manvantara story. But why he said? Just like that. Sometimes Maitreya merges the 2-3 Kalpa stories or the some 2-3 Manvantara stories also. Merges. That's the point Prabhupada is writing. Actually it should be in the purport of this 32, but it is written already in the 31. What Prabhupada is writing, according to Srila Jiva Goswami, the Vedic literature describes the incarnation of Lord Varaha in 2 different devastations, means so Manvantaras, namely the Chakshusa devastation and Swayambhuva devastation. This particular appearance of the boar incarnation actually took place in Swayambhuva devastation, when all the planets other than the higher ones, this. That means Maitreya amalgamated both the boar incarnations in different devastations and summarized them in his description to Vidura. Okay. Next. Jagana Rundana Masa. Yeah, it is already done. Okay. That means killing of the Hiranyaksha. Thereupon the Lord boar killed the demon within the water as a lion kills an elephant. The cheeks and tongue, whom he killed, Hiranyaksha he killed. Okay, then after that, Tamala Neelam Siddhadanta Kotya Kshama Kshipantam Gajalilayanga Pragnaya Baddhanjalayonu Vakai Virinchi Mukhya Upatasturisham. Then the Lord, playing like an elephant, suspended the earth on the edge of his curved white tusks. He assumed a bluish complexion like that of a tamala tree, and thus the sages headed by Brahma could understand him to be the supreme personality of Godhead. Actually, here one more thing. In Swayambhu Manvantara, what is the color of the boar? Varaha? Sweta Varaha. That means white Varaha. Sweta Varaha means white Varaha. That is the Swayambhu Manvantara. Is Sweta Varaha Kalpa. So in that Swayambhu Manvantara, boar appeared. Na? What color it is? It is in the Sweta form, white form. And once again, boar appears. Varaha appears in Chaksh Manvantara also. At that time, that Varaha is which color? That is the Tamala Varna. Tamala Varna means, Tamala means sometimes it is written as blue color. Sometimes it is like red, reddish. Like that, anyway, Tamala means you can take it is blue. Or something. Different places, different color is given to Tamala. Here Prabhupada anyway wrote the bluish, will take bluish. In the Chakshmanvantara, when boar appears, he appears in the blue color. And he kills the Hiranyaksha and put back the earth in its place. In Chakshmanvantara, what happened? Hiranyaksha stolen. Hiranyaksha has stolen the earth and he kept in the Garbhodka ocean. And he killed Hiranyaksha and brought back. But here in the Swayambhu Manvantara, why earth is in the, it fell down actually. We don't know the reason, but it fell down. Hiranyaksha was not at all there to steal and keep into the water. So that's in the Swayambhu Manvantara Varaha color is what? White color. Sweta Varaha. But here what? Here we are hearing the Sweta Varaha story. Suddenly now Varaha color is blue color is coming. No, blue color. That's a Maitreya is mixing actually. Two different stories. Okay, next Rishaya Uchuhu. Jitam 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 te jita yagna bhavana trayim tanum swam paradunvate namah yadromagarteshu nilayuryudhya ninilyuruddhaya tasmai namah karana sukarayate. All the sages uttered with great respect, O unconquerable enjoyer of all sacrifices, all glories and all victories unto you. You are moving in your form of personified Vedas and the hair holes of your body, the oceans are submerged. For certain reasons, you have now assumed the form of word. So now this Varaha is the personification of Vedas. And these sages, when he lifted and kept it back and all are so glorifying him. So this is a glorification goes. Rupam tadaiva tannanu dushkrutatmanam duddarshanam devayadadvaratmakam chandamsi yasya tvachibarhi roma swajyam drushet tvangrishu chaturhotram. This Varaha is nothing but Yajna, is Vedamayam. Also, Varaha is nothing but the Yajnamayam. Yajnamayam. Varaha is Yajnamayam. That means he is a personification of the Yajnas also. He is a personification of Veda and he is also personification of Yajna. Yajna and Veda both are having the intimate connection. So all the Yajnas are performed with the Veda mantras only. That's why Lord Varaha is Yajnamayam. Now, these sages who are glorified, that means the inhabitants of the Satyaloka, Janaloka, Tapoloka and Janaloka, they are seeing this Varaha as nothing but what? Personification of Yajna, and they are seeing different Yajna Samagri in the body of the Varaha. How they are seeing, you see. They are seeing the Varaha's 4 legs as Chaturhotram. Chaturhotram means, so there are the 4 hotas will be there. To perform an yajna, we need 4 hotas. What is that? Advaryu, Rik, Rik, Yajas. Rik means Advaryu, Udgata, Advaryu, Udgata, Hota. First Hota you should take. Hota. Hota means Rigveda mantras he studies. And Advaryu studies the Yajurveda mantras. Udgata recites Samaveda mantras. And Brahma recites Adharva Veda mantras. So like this, 4 Vedas are divided into 4 parts, Rig, Yajus, Sama, and the reciters of these 4 different Vedas, that means Rigveda reciter is known as Hota, Yajurveda reciter is known as Advaryu, Samaveda reciter is known as Udgata, and Adharva Veda reciter is known as Brahma. These 4 are known as, these 4 are Hotas. Chatur Hotram, that means 4 Hotas. Hota means, what is the meaning of? So, the Yajna performer. Okay? These 4 are known as Chatur Hotram. These Varaha's 4 legs are compared with Chatur Hotram. That means with 4 Hotas. 4 Rithviks. These are 4 Rithviks. So, and also you will be seeing the here, your form is worshipable by performance of sacrifice. Okay, Sarvani Mataji, yes. We will finish remaining tomorrow. Just it is a glorification. Comparing the Lord's body with the Yajna and just glorifying with that. This is the thing. Pray we should go very quickly. Yes, Mataji, tell me. Ask me.
Prabhu, just now earlier your question about, I want to ask the question about when the earth fell to the Rasatala waters, where the cavity was.
Garbhodka is also known as Rasatala.
Yeah. So you mentioned that because the earth is, the cross section has all the Atala, Vitala, Sutala and all that. So that means they also fall down together into the water. Correct, Prabhu?
Why not? Of course. They are inside the cavity of the earth.
That means the earth fell to the portion where it was Rasatala position before. Is that what it means?
Yeah. Rasatala, they are all.
All of them.
Yeah. They are all inside the earth only, na?
Yeah, yeah. So I was just wondering how deep they went in.
So total 250 million yojanas. Total 500 million yojanas. And actually I forgot the numbers. I could have tomorrow I will explain actually. So what is the diameter of the inner diameter of the universe? In that half is the water, Garbhodka. On that water first our Kaschapa, tortoise will be there. On that tortoise Anantashesha, and the Anantashesha earth is lying.
Okay.
And inside the earth all these 7 planets also will come in that cavity of the earth.
So that's why they mentioned that the 7 lower planets are like underground.
Underground of the
dark.
earth only.
Yeah,
If
dark.
you go to Sumeru and if you dig there, and you'll go to the Atala Vitala.
Understood.
Atala is in the inside of the earth only, down.
Thank you, Prabhu. Understood.
Yeah. I think maybe that is some people they say in Japan or rather in the Malaysia. There is a, I think Japan, there is a place actually go to, there is a place to go inside to the Patala actually. I don't know. Something I heard like that. But that is not authentic. Anyway. So, but if you dig the earth, then you can go. Any questions? Remaining thing we'll see tomorrow. Okay, thank you very much. If not, we'll. I also got tired so much work on the daytime. So,
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Dandot Pranam, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
so much. Hare Krishna.